For these questions, you really have to understand that the function is meant to remove a particular number from the list, but that only works if the number was in the list in the first place. So in a way, this is a problem solving question, and it's sort of testing your ability to kind of think outside the box, because it doesn't really say anything in the question stem about what if the number wasn't in the list in the first place. Now, on line 5, it says we declare new list as an array of integers with a length of values -1. So that means one less value than whatever we had in the list that we passed in. And if the value is in the array, that makes sense because the new array is going to have one less value because we've taken one out. The problem is, if it wasn't there, then we didn't remove anything. So it's always set up with one less value in the new array. We assume that the target is there to be removed, so it doesn't work if no value was removed. And the reason for that is because it runs out of space because the array is one too short. Now, this was a really tricky question, and it's not really testing your knowledge of syntax or anything like that. It's your ability to think outside the box. Describe the additional code, now that's really important, that should be added to the function to make it fit for purpose. Now, there are things that you could do that could make the function fit for purpose by changing existing code, but it's asking you something that you could add. So if the problem is that if the thing isn't in the array, we get an array that's one less than the original size, then what we could do is we could add an if or a check to see if target is in the array. And of course, once I've done that, you could just return. So once I've done that, if it's not there, I could just return the original array instead of returning this array that's got one less. And there is another solution. You could declare the array the same size as the original. But of course that only works, again, if you've checked to see if the target is in the array in the first place. Lastly, evaluate the robustness of the function. It's maybe not that often you get a robustness question in higher. You're maybe more used to that in National 5. So it's not robust, first of all. The reason is it crashes when it tries to write past the end of the array. So when it tries to really access an element of the array that doesn't exist.